abusuafo mema wo akwaba e de waba channel yi eso ebe na wotwe mienu entem ni e na yedi nkan ebe yi mu asotre se owura bi a ofre ne ho Igbo King ni di a ehya daka mu ani Chukudi Jude eyiniti se woye Igbo King na enu nti oba bebie Igbo Kingdom e wo Ghana ha sei ni nyina so a wogina so enyina ene se wo asase 50 acres e wo pram na Igbo King ya nkasa na mechire na se kakra kire wa oba eya Ghana ha sei 1995 ebe sha ase tonton cassette spare parts ene calculator kakra na ode ebo ne ho adwa en kakra akra eno enamua ena obenya ne ho kani eye 1998 a wone no ewo enkwara 5 asisi wosanso ene namu kakra nyankopon ato ne nsem a watimi abie company a chese niam a woye ho adwuma de bebre wono ankasa ne transport ho adwuma woye madake otunton bi chese farms ene aluminium chese niam bebre na eno ena wasore se wo ba bebie Igbo Kingdom e wo Ghana ha sei timamufu ane se omo entiase enu nti former presidential candidate eye Onimonyamfo Hassan Ayariga asore edi akokoduro so akasa se wanti ase enu nti wako akoyi eye national security for asutre se edi ekonie national security for so te asem yi no omantena so kura enu nti omonso eto omonsa edi frɛ eye Igbo King yi omoto omonsa edi frɛ no wankɔ ono nko a wone Nigerian ambassador owo Ghana ha se ena ekoye omkoduru wono no wo hwese de national security for toto questions mane no o chese wode fa na de aka no wode fa na de aka no osi ni BP kosoro enu nti wontimi ento aso biem eno enam so ama national security for no etu ensem yi e de ahyeda na ensem yi achie no enko embra no enam so ama eye governor Soludo ono so e de na nudi ensem aba betudwa ono so eye governor e wo Nigeria Anambra State eho ena wonu nso edi ni dwuma odi aba betudwa se efibra wo sha ase edi dwuma se governor no records aba betudwa no Igbo Kingdom Igbo fo no omode enye kura se ba no criminals se krono sem ewudi sem chesenia mabone a almost 99.99% there eye Igbofuo ene di se adwuma no eye governor Soludo ede nsem bi aba betudwa yenko ne yenko hwede ode betudwa ye koba ye beko akotia eye former presidential candidate Hassan Ayaga enso anu di sema ode betudwa.
I have been in office for 3 years and 3 months, okay? If we have arrested 100 criminals, non-mafia, kidnappers, and so on and so forth, 99.99% of them will mark Igbo. Did you hear me right? I said 99.99% of them will mark Igbo. So these things are unmade because that was part of the lie that was put in propaganda. They are into kidnapping because it is the next lucrative business after Yahoo and drug. The next one for find is about kidnapping. Omaka. But this is even other states. If an acquire we do Anambra. Onye nke na village fa ogote motorcycle me ajoin California Arabia ke etinye na line. Apoli abai mafia mama how to ifa. Ijide also on the Fulani. I'll repeat, and I want you to quote me right. 99.99% of all the criminals, kidnappers, and so on that were arrested so far, Igbos are the ones kidnapping Igbos. They are the ones killing Igbos. All these camps. Igbo. And by the way, because I came with the same false narrative. The false narrative, the Fulanis, they are invading our people. They are now everywhere. They are waiting for whistle to be blown. And this, and they will take over. And therefore, we are the ones who are the liberators. We are now going into the bush to go to chase out the Fulanis. Nobody asked the question. They are now banning mafia to go and liberate you. How do they feed 1 month, 2 months, 6 months, 1 year? How do they feed? How do they feed? So that's, you see, like I said, I'm one of you, but I decided to go home. Actually, in '99, I was a visiting professor at Swarthmore College. Okay? And I remember the last conversation of the Governor sending forth, because from there I moved down here to DC, to the World Bank, where I spent 18 months. I was just leaving and they were having a set forth party. And I remember the chairman of the department wishing that I could spend maybe a much longer time. My response was, a friend there called me several years to say how my response touched him, a white man. Asked me if God in his infinite wisdom decided in Memoria Africa, there must be a purpose. And I couldn't fulfill that purpose in this land. Here, that my marginal contribution to American civilization is next to 0 point something %. But my marginal contribution to the advancement of civilization in Africa will be, you see how your presence elevates the quality of discussion and decisions, and so on. And tomorrow, one of the meetings in again, that project, when I left Swarthmore to the World Bank, I was a long-term consultant, and we produced a book published by the World Bank in 2000 entitled Can Africa Claim the 21st Century?
Abusuafo na ese wutie eni a wuti ye chese governor Soludo ene na wote se wo resabrofo egu wono na de wo pa kire nyina ne se bone a kesi a ekoso ewo Nigeria ho no mu nyina efa ne se krono kidnapping si enwi akora nche ne nkwahye baabi nku no chese ni ene bone a ekoso ewo ho no mu nyina eye Igbofo ene edi se adwuma na wono ewo Nigeria ho mpo ena ebo Igbofo achi se na ya ye wa ha se abusuafo former presidential candidate Hassan Ayariga enso ede na no disem kakra abetudwa yenko ne yenkohwe ono so video no
and I can have land anywhere in Ghana, entitled to it as a citizen. And my policy, if you read my 2020 manifesto policy, I made it clear to Ghanaians that when I'm president of the Republic of Ghana, inshallah, no foreigner will own property in Ghana.
Oh, no foreigner should own property in Ghana?
Will own property.
Don't you have property in Germany?
That is the German law.
But if you have property in Germany, you don't want Germans to have property in Ghana?
That's my law as president. I'm trying to protect the sovereignty of our nation, the lands of our, future generation, so that nobody takes. We have limited land. Land does not increase, it decreases. And once it's sold out, it's gone.
Yeah.
And Mr. Paul, if you look around Ghana, check around all the most important places in this country, the very luxurious communities and areas, all the properties that are owned by foreigners.
That's kind of true.
You understand?
From 1960s.
Till date, we're losing our sovereignty gradually to the foreigners. And look around again, all the big companies, from Spinters to everywhere, go around the whole world, the country, it's owned by foreigners. Where do we live as citizens? Slums, areas. We get choked in Medina, we get choked in Labadi, we get choked in Nima, we get choked in Kaswa. We live in slums. And the most important places is being taken over by the foreigners in this country, living a life that they cannot even live in their own country. And we are losing everything. And the worst of it is that our chiefs, and our politicians are giving them the opportunity and the nod to take off everything. You are talking about history. Our forefathers fought, died for this country. And what are we doing? We're selling the country out.
What did the Igbo chief do wrong by buying land in Ningo?
First of all, calling himself a king in Ghana is wrong.
That's wrong. I agree with that.
Nobody who is not a citizen of this country can make himself a king in our country. You know the law. It doesn't permit that. So you come in to tell us that you are acquiring 50 acres of land to build a kingdom, an Igbo kingdom, so that it will become one of a kind in the world that has never happened anywhere in this country. Shows that we are loose. We are allowing everybody to take over everything. And you're going to build a kingdom that is going to determine who becomes president in Nigeria.
In Nigeria?
Yes.
Kingdom in Ghana determines
who becomes president in Nigeria. The ministers of state will all be coming and through that gate, and anybody who wants to acquire land or property who is a Nigerian will come there and acquire land and build as a Nigerian and leave. And that's an Igbo kingdom. Clearly, they are becoming another tribe in Ghana. Clearly, they are now rubbing shoulders with the kings of wherever they are getting the land from. And clearly, we are going to have a big problem in the future. Have you bothered to ask the kind of crime rate, then find out the associates of those crimes? And you will realize that 90% of every crime that is committed in this country, if you check the statistics, 90% is foreigners. And
well, I don't know about that.
10 is Ghanaians. Armed robbery,
foreigners.
Nigerians have taken
Kidnapping.
over. Kidnapping,
foreigners.
Nigerians have taken over.
Fraud.
Fraud, 419. Killing of Yahoo, what do you call it? Scams and everything.
Fraud boys.
Fraud boys, they've taken over, they've manipulated the system. They are now the hierarchy of our nation in terms of anything. Right now, they are even killing landlords. They come, they rent your house, one person shows his face.
Then 30 come and live there.
Then 30 come and live.
That's true. I hear that quite a lot.
And when you joke, they kill you. Our ladies, they are killing them, using them for their so-called rituals. Very soon, if we allow such a kingdom to happen, you will be registering missing people in this country every day. Look, we are not against settlers. I am not against settlers. We have Yoruba settlers here. We are living happily with them. We have Hausa settlers. They are living happily with them. We have Zambarama settlers. They have even lived with us for a very long time, and they are now part of us.
There's Lagos Town in Accra.
Yes.
And there's Lebanon House in Accra as well.
So the point is that, are we selling our sovereignty to the Nigerians? You know, Igbos, they are called Nyamuri.
That means?
Nyamuri, Hausa, they are calling them Nyamuri. Even in Nigeria, they are not welcomed by the Hausas and the Yorubas.
Well, that was the point of Biafra in the late 60s.
Thank you. You remember the xenophobic attack in South Africa?
Yes.
Who started it? The Igbos.
It was targeted against the Igbos.
It was targeted against the Igbos, and it affected all the African descents. Because wherever they are.
But that's stigmatizing the Igbo tribe. That's not very welcome by the United Nations. United Nations doesn't like that.
That's the nature.
But you cannot stigmatize a
tribe.
I
am not stigmatizing the tribe. I'm stigmatizing their character. That is the way they are. That's their character. I'm defining their character to you. I've lived in Nigeria, don't forget. I schooled in Nigeria. Baruwa College. Myself and Mama Yarga were all in Baruwa College.
Your father took you there?
Yes. We've lived there before. We know how they behave. You understand what I'm saying? And anybody who has lived with Nigerians will tell you that, Massa, be careful. And let me be
So what report did you give to the police?
You remember when this incident happened, I wrote to the NIB and the National Security, telling them to, and then Land Commission and all that, to investigate into the matter and to strip him of the title king. He cannot be comparing himself to Ashantahine and all that. And funny enough, this king, or whatever we call himself, finds his way of dining with NDC and MPP. You realize all
there are some videos that will be putting up. Please show us some of the videos.
Yes.
Well, the story is that he was a big contributor to political campaigns.
But not, that can be his problem if they are not arrested.
There you see him over there.
Yeah, and look at this one.
Yeah.
In this country.
But this is long ago. This is not recent.
This is recent. This is his kingdom.
This is 2025. This is before election, I think.
This is before election.
Yes.
But what is wrong with this and today? It's the same story.
Yeah, but he got endorsement from political leadership. That's the point I'm making.
Oh, okay, that's what you are making.
Yeah, that's Johnson Asiedu Nketia,
sitting down there.
The chairman of the NDC.
Why?
Seated right there.
Does it make it right?
I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but I'm telling you where he gets his power from.
Yes, and he's not going to get it from me. And I'm going to distill that power, and I've done that.
You've done that? You're a minority party.
It doesn't matter. There's one truth in life. The Ghanaian society will rally behind me in any circumstances against this man. If I say tomorrow there's a demonstration, you will see the number of people who come out to support this demonstration against our politicians who are allowing it. Look, like I said, our forefathers toiled for this nation. They died for this nation. Our current politicians, what are we doing? We're selling out the nation for peanuts. Everybody is welcome in Ghana. Look, you remember in the last parliament, 2 parliaments ago, when I went to parliament, the issue of the U.S. military base in Ghana.
Yes, yes.
And I fought against it. I said, I will not accept the U.S. military base in Ghana. What happened? It looks as if our leaders do not have foresight of defending our nation. They are more particular about what comes into their pocket than what they should defend.
So why did the police arrest him? And for what? Why did they keep him overnight? What was the charge?
The charge was that, first of all, he's calling himself a king in Ghana when he's not a citizen of this country. Parading around and going around everywhere and calling himself the king of Ghana, the king of Igbo. Igbos don't have king in Ghana. When you're a foreigner and you're a settler, you come to this country. Our constitutions allow you to be called a chief of your community. So all the settlers in Ghana, like the Yoruba, they have a Yoruba chief. The Hausas, they have a chief. The Zambarama chief. That is fine. We can give you that title to be able to be managing yourself. But when you begin to, parade yourself, call yourself like Asante Hene and all these other kings in Ghana, and you be walking when you are not a citizen and say you are a king, and you are going to acquire tracts of land and build a kingdom.
Did he acquire the land?
That is his problem. Whether he did or he did not, he's voiced it out that he has. And the videos are there. So we are taking his word again.
So is he being released on bail?
Yes, this afternoon he complained of high BP.
In the cell?
In the cells, and said his BP has gone up. You know, yesterday when he was invited, he went there with the ambassador. Nigeria.
Ambassador of what?
Nigeria.
Nigeria's ambassador to
Nigeria
Ghana.
ambassador to Ghana. He went there with his lawyers and all that, thinking that it was the ordinary citizens, NIB or National Investigation, National Security who just listen to him and ask him to walk away. This is not that national security you're thinking of. This is a different national security altogether. They will investigate. As a citizen of Ghana, when you send a petition, they will have to listen to your petition. So the investigation went through. And he was panting and sweating. He's not a king, he's not a what. But this is the palace you've built and you're calling yourself a king. You are causing mayhem in this country. Your Nigerian boys are going around telling Ghanaians, threatening Ghanaians that if they kill one Ghanaian, Nigerian, they will kill 50 Ghanaians. Your Nigerian people are going around telling Ghanaians that one Ghanaian has come to Ghana and Ghana is on fire. Can you imagine? If I show you videos of this man, he said we are uncultured as citizens. I'm sure I've sent some of the videos to you. Insulting the integrity of the people who has given you land to live, to stay. Can you do that in Nigeria?
Is he an Igbo royal in Nigeria?
No, he's not. He came here as an Igbo businessman selling cassettes.
Are you serious?
I'm telling you.
Cassettes?
Cassettes.
And he made millions of CDs to buy land?
He did not make millions of CDs. He brought in a lot of prostitutes.
Prostitutes?
Ladies. You know the Nigerian ladies on the, what do you call it, cycle and all that?
I don't understand.
You don't know the syndicates of this Nigeria.
So he came selling cassettes, then he brought in...
Then they started trafficking...
Night workers?
Night workers, and now they started bringing Igbo boys and parading himself as the king.
But how does that make him rich?
Because they pay dues to him.
Who pays dues to him?
All these Nigerian boys who have shops in Nigeria. In Ghana here. The Nigerian boys with shops in here. They pay dues to their king.
Is that a lot of money?
Of course, that's a lot of money for him. He's like their god in Ghana. So the fact is that any problem they go through, they come to him, and he, don't forget, they know how to do this business. He's been able to parade him among all the big men in Ghana, showing himself in every kind of, what do you call it, gathering, and dressing and walking as if and making himself look. Even he's met the former president, he's met the current president, he's met Asante Hili, he's met a lot of people, he's gone to visit them. That is power he's using to get from his own people. They now trust and believe in him. You see, there's a law that says that it is not who you are, it's how you carry yourself. That's how people address you. The way you dress is the way they address you. If you make yourself look big, people will regard you as big. But if you turn yourself into a beggar, people will disregard it. He's turned himself a big man. You understand what I'm saying? He's made sure that people have seen him with videos talking to all the big men. So all the Nigerians, that is why he said that he was going to build a kingdom where any Nigerian who comes from Nigeria, he will pass through his gate. And then they will settle, find land for him to build. And then they will also give him time to move from wherever he is, a transit. His home, his kingdom is going to be a transit for Nigerians to be here. Igbos, not even Nigeria. He didn't talk about Nigeria. He spoke about Igbos. These are dangerous people, Paul. These people, if you know what they are doing out there.
So will there be a prosecution?
Yes, we will see. The youth wants to demonstrate on the 19th.
19th of July, that's next 19th of July, this Saturday?
Yes, this Saturday.
In Accra?
In Kumasi and Accra.
Oh, I see.
Yes. They are
against all of
these things. You know, Paul, I'm very, very, very sad with the way our own people treat foreigners against our own.
Abusuafo eni a wuti ye Hassan Ayarega na yese wo resa brofo papa adode brofo de na nsema wo ka nyina ne se Igbo for Nigeria for mo bi ni krampo threaten boys ni bi se obi ku Nigeria ni baako wa ha se ye umbekum Ghana for 50 wa ha se wo hu de kono ene sense ye tie mamu na obi beba se me ba bebie kingdom na empanimfo nso ayi omani de ehwe no nti aseda kese pa enkoma okukudurufo ni monyamfo Hassan Ayarega wo de akukuduro etu sa anamoi Sarah TV GH eso na ohwemi de here so best subscribe to channel no de amaye obetimi afra mi sister Angie bi guy